My wife cheated, so I kicked her out of the house, filed for divorce, and completely ghosted her. I've been with her for 8 years, 7 years married. We have 2 beautiful kids together. The relationship had more upsides than there were issues, and this was the time we were looking our best. D-Day was the 12th of November. She came home late, all drunk, and when I confronted her, she said that she'd been scared to speak up for the last 2 months and didn't love me the way she used to anymore. She said she was ready to leave our kids as well, as she just needed happiness. I called her brother that very night and asked him to take her home before I lost it. The next morning, I pleaded with her to return and work on the relationship. This is where she started to feed on my desperation. She returned, picked her stuff, and left. For the entire month, I begged her to return. She confessed to going out with her team leader. I had no clue, but according to her, the marriage had been dead for years, and all signs pointed to an affair fog. We filed the first motion on the 10th of December, and I had decided to divorce her with prejudice. This is when I decided to go full no contact with her. Her approach has since changed, and she is finding it difficult to walk into the house, as I am now living with my mother, who is supporting me in this. I think there is guilt. She has also been finding ways to get me out to meet her. These could be genuine, but desperation is there. She has not been visiting the kids as well. The good thing is, me and my kids are doing well now. The kids have no clue what happened, and I keep them super busy. Is this long lull and her change in approach meaning the fog is fading? I have done everything to shake her, including throwing her out and getting the first motion signed. I've gone full no contact, and the kids hardly speak to her on the phone. I'm supposed to meet her at the bank and then in March for the final proceeding. I hope she is still in the fog, as that gets me my freedom and a new start without hassle. She has signed such a bad deal. Any suggestions on how to proceed with this? How can I keep the fog going for a couple more months? Ask for an opinion. The community's got one. Vapalife Oldest News says, unfortunately, liars and cheaters are volatile people. I had a similar situation and had to move fast through the process. I got scared at one point because soon the ex-wife had a fight and broke up with her affair partner right when we were supposed to be signing the agreement. Ultimately, she expressed some concern as she started realizing how many questions she had left for her own future, but thousands had been spent to put the agreement together, and she signed. Her and the affair partner continued their now volatile relationship for the moment. Turns out she's not as fun when you can't send her home after the fun part. Dop replies, she is volatile, she's been behaving all crazy since I went no contact, blocking mine and the kids' Netflix account, that's all she had. She has been a compulsive liar all through the relationship, but I never thought that would trigger an affair fog. I thought her lies were minimal to not hurt me, and I was so wrong. So much to learn when I marry again. First off, I'm sorry you and your family have been jilted this way, OP. By the sounds of it, she's still in the fog, but she's just become aware of the fact that you aren't going to go down without a fight. I think it's pretty clear by the way she doesn't want anything to do with her kids, which is disappointing to hear. And the Netflix account? Well, that's just her way of trying to maintain control over you. Update. Just a quick update from my previous post. I met her at the bank. She walks in, pretends that she doesn't want to look at me. But when I'm looking elsewhere, she's reading my body language. I was prepared, said hello, and proceeded to take her name off the mortgage. We walked out of the bank, and I said goodbye and walked away. All this happened in 20 minutes, and except for signing, she didn't say a single word. From a distance, I could see she's on the phone after this episode, and I think it was with the affair partner, giving details of what happened. This incredible change in behavior, from all energy when I was begging and pleading, to hate and frustration now that I am showing signs of putting this divorce through at my comfort. It's so hard to read these people, but definitely frustrated that I have stepped back and don't care about her. This relationship was built on hate for me. The other day on WhatsApp, she said I have made this ugly and wanted to do this clean, blaming me for something she can't articulate. Kranik has some advice. It is just hard for her to articulate that she hates it that you let her go and are not acting like a doormat, running after her all the time and telling her that your life is worth nothing without her because that is what she expected from you. So now she's angry because she's not only not getting what she wants, she's also faced with the truth that she lost the life she had. The meeting at the bank and taking her name off the mortgage was the first hard reality check for her. She begins to realize that you won't run after her, that you are not begging, and that she can't come back easily, which she probably expected to happen on the day when she moved out. Her new life will implode really quickly since her discontent will translate into her affair's new relationship. I just hope that it won't implode before the deed papers are signed. Be aware of her suddenly starting to be nice to you or telling you that she made a mistake. When that happens, then she only wants you to run after her because she gave you some hope. If that happens, then the best you can do is tell her that she made her decision and that you hope she will find The life she wanted so much before you turn around and leave. Do your friends, especially mutual friends, know about why she left you? Maybe she got another reality check from them, and that could also be a reason for her message to you. Update. Wayward wife wants me to respect her. This just happened. Wayward wife wanted to check something on the divorce documents, which were in plain old English. I asked her to read again, and she still played dumb so that I could explain it to her. I ended up explaining it to her and then asked her to bug off. She responded by saying, "Why do you have to be so disrespectful unnecessarily?" I couldn't stop laughing. This is coming from a woman who was pure evil to me in the last couple of months. I still managed to take another dig and asked her to check with her affair partner, as she is boring me and irritating me. I earned an instant block on WhatsApp. Feel good rant if that's a thing. Update. Got caught in narcissistic wayward wife's orbit after doing so well for the last couple of months. Out of the blue, she calls me up and I disconnect her call. I asked her to only speak to me via texts. She wanted certain documents related to the divorce, hard copy. I asked her to speak to my lawyer, and she replied by saying, "Stop playing these games with me." I got upset and took my frustration out by stating that she has not been looking after her kids, and the other day my boy said his mother doesn't love him. She replied with, "And talking of the kids, your life is still the same. Mine has changed drastically, so have some respect. Once I'm back on my feet, I will get that thing sorted." Then I erupted and lashed out at her for what she has done. She continued to blame me for the toxic relationship, etc. Just a couple of hours ago, I picked my kids up and saw her, and it just triggered me so bad that I ended up smoking 4 cigarettes. I exposed all her lies and she continued to shift blame. Dang, I should have maintained full silence like I did before. I feel so bad. Anyways, I texted her to speak to my mom for the kids and my lawyer for the divorce. I ain't making the same mistake now. It's a bit hypocritical for her to demand respect from you when she disrespected you as badly as she did, not only you, but the kids as well. She's blaming you because it's the easiest way to avoid responsibility. It's okay to have slip-ups and become triggered, it just means you have a bit more healing to do. Update. Is my wayward wife using my daughter as a spy? What do I make of it, and how should I respond? A few hours back, I picked my daughter up from her mom's place. My 7-year-old daughter is now telling me that her mom was asking questions like, "Does someone come late at night to visit Dad?" What do I have to say about her? How well does he keep you? What is he saying about when will mom return? To protect my kids, I have been very careful in what I have told them, and I have taken advice from counselors. I'm confused and irritated but don't know what to do. Thrilla the gorilla from the community knows what to do. Keep on truckin', bro. You're doing fine. The answer is yes. She's trying to use the kid as a spy or at least get info about you from her. Keep being careful about what you say to the kid. Not to foil her spy plans, but to keep her out of the marital issues. The kid is most likely reporting back to mom, and that's okay. She's just doing what mommy asks her to do. What do you do about it? Nothing at all. If you do it right, she will be reporting that daddy is happy all the time and living his best life. The comment is valid. You don't have to do anything because you have nothing to hide. She's going to be telling her mother that her father is happy and moving onwards and upwards. Nothing will get under her skin more. At the same time, she shouldn't be using the children like that. Update. 17 days following the initial post, it's over. Wayward wife has been divorced, so this is how it has ended. I signed the first motion late last year after wayward wife left home, me and the kids for an affair. I decided to divorce her and maintain no contact. I did seemingly well on no contact, as she may have called at least on 8 occasions to Hoover. And I didn't answer a single call. I preferred to speak to her over texts. She would reply, stating she wanted something to do with our kids or her stuff left at home. Much of it didn't make sense to me. My boundaries were formidable, and she couldn't break through. The day for the second motion arrived, and I had to make my lawyer call her up to get her to court. Dang, she had no energy like she had at the start of the affair. She walked like she was crawling, had gained around 20 pounds. Earlier, she would at least call the kids on a video call once in a while, but now she has stopped doing that as well. She now calls them like twice a week, nothing like how she was before. I don't know if depression has her now, or she is playing the victim card, or if her affair has exploded, but she didn't look well. And the divorce was done even before she had any clue. I feel bad for the kids right now, but hopefully, I'll be in a better place one day when my family will be complete again. Edit, just to be clear, I don't plan to marry my ex when I say complete the family. Let's check into the community again. Dry Assistance in IDOWorkHereLady 196 says, "Congratulations on getting through the divorce process. It's not an easy ordeal. It seems that she has recovered from the affair fog and realized that the grass was not all that green. She is no longer your problem. Focus on moving forward and what is best for you and your kids." If you co-parent in the future, keep communications limited to the kids. You're on the right track. Don't let her derail you. Update. Ex-wife called my best friend and took my boy away just before his 6th birthday. D-Day was November 21st. I immediately filed for divorce and separation. I was officially a single father of 2 kids by July 22nd. Go through my history if you would like to get details. Here I am now. I've been raising both my kids with my elderly parents. My mom is in decent health and shape, and she stays at home looking out for my kids. My dad plays his part in taking my daughter for swimming and my son for his activities while I'm at work. The kids have no complaints today. I'm not dating yet, but I have no complaints, and life is better. I went no contact immediately after D-Day, and any attempts by her to contact me were futile. In the past, she even asked my mom to ask me to call her for stupid reasons, and sometime in December 22nd, she realized that I was not giving in. Now, 5 to 6 months later, she took my boy just a couple of days before his 6th birthday. I then had to speak to my son to wish him on his birthday through my mom's phone. I couldn't see my son on his birthday. I hated the fact that she was holding the phone while I spoke to my son. She does absolutely nothing for them. Now she contacted my best friend and discussed things like my finances, the company he is working for, and some other things that make no sense. She was lying all the way to extract as many details as she could. For example, she made up a story that her credit score went down as I missed my mortgage payments. Not true. In fact, I had a call as recent as a few months ago where the recovery agents were asking me to get her to pay for her credit card. Am I in trouble in the coming days, months, or years? She's an absolute narcissist, that I can confirm. Edit. Oops, forgot to mention she's going to meet my friend soon. That's what she mentioned at the end of the call. Let's check back with the community for some more comments. Reddit Avenger 2019 says, see an attorney. She's going to pull something over you. Be proactive. Robobim says, is she meeting your best friend? Is he going? Because if he is, he's not a real best friend. The LP replied, he is my best friend. He called me immediately and told me everything. In fact, he wanted to record her call for me. He would never go if I said no. I have known him since my school days. Robobim says, what's the point of them meeting up then? The LP replies, my friend never agreed, nor did he say no. He just wanted to hear and tell me things. It was more on a casual note that we work close, so we can always meet. I introduced her to him, and he is like a family friend. He hates her for what she did to the kids and was far more angry when she took the kids away on my son's birthday. Her ex is more than likely in a dark place. Maybe the kids remind her of a better time, and it's hard for her to talk to them, thus she's avoiding them as much as she can. It probably saddens her to speak to them, but the avoidance doesn't help anyone. As for your best friend, he shouldn't have spoken to her. Clearly, she was looking for scraps. Anything he says to her can be used as ammo. I'd be careful. What do you make of all this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. We'd hate for you to miss it. Until next time,